looked as if they're going to do the same thing, obviously, with that tactical change at the start of the game, playing 5 forwards up. Likely to see them playing, as I said, with that sweeper. So who's going to mark Michael Murphy? Will he play at full forward? Who's going to mark Aidan O'Shea? Will they play 2-3 players around him? Will that free up Cillian O'Connor? All these questions, all these tactical issues will be answered in the next 70 minutes.
Well, right now it looks like Aidan O'Shea is going to contest the throw-in alongside Barry Moore and against Michael Murphy and Neil Gallagher, but of course that doesn't really give us any real indication as to where Murphy will eventually end up. They're just trying to win the first ball here in what is the 4th championship meeting between Donegal and Mayo in the All-Ireland Series. Donegal won in '92, and it looks like there's a late change as well that's been sprung upon us by Rory Kavanagh, because Hugh McFadden has started this game for Donegal, and that was not what we were told beforehand. So maybe a little bit of mind games for Rory Gallagher in the closing seconds before the ball was thrown in, as Murphy drives it in long in towards McBrearty. Early attack for Donegal. McGlynn involved too, and he swings it off his right foot and just hooks it a little. Clark has left his goal under real pressure from Colin McFadden, and Caniff tries to bring the ball away from Mayo. Already a lot of physicality out there. So Hugh McFadden has started for Donegal as Mayo try to launch their first attack of their own.
Yeah, and I see Christy Toy out there as well, number 19. So obviously the team sheet that we got before the game wasn't the accurate team sheet. He's made some changes very early on. Christy Toy playing in there, playing that deep role. Martin McElhinney not starting. Just looking around to see who Christy Toy has replaced.
This is Jason Doherty. Now to Donald Vaughan. It's such a big game in the quarter-final 2 years ago. They both had attempts and they both put the ball wide.
Yeah, 2 good chances early on. We see that Hugh McFadden is in for Martin O'Reilly. Martin O'Reilly, who didn't start the last day as well last week against Galway, but already we see Donald Vaughan moving up the field, looking down there to see will he play that forward role. A lot of talk about that he would mark Michael Murphy if Michael Murphy went in full forward, but I see Ger Cafferty is picking him up now.
Brilliant fielding around the middle of the field by one of the smallest men on the field, Ryan McHugh. Low ball towards Murphy. Cafferty following him around the field. A little tug in the back of Murphy by the Mayo captain Keith Higgins, and it will be the first scoreable free of the afternoon.
Yeah, a little bit more open than we thought early on. Good quality kick passing going inside. Both teams playing 3 or 4 forwards up, and good opportunity now for Murphy when he wins the ball. Just turned straight at the goal and just got a tug from Keith Higgins. Good opportunity. He's been very accurate in the championship from placed balls. Kicked some magnificent frees from well outside the 45-metre line against Tyrone early on and against Armagh in the athletic grounds.
And one of his 6 championship goals was against Mayo on that flurry of activity in the opening 5 minutes 3 years ago. He's got 1-9 in his 2 championship appearances against the Connacht champions, and looking to get the first score of this All-Ireland quarter-final. The last remaining semi-final spot up for grabs. That's not one of his better strikes, and it is a second wide of the game for Donegal.
Yeah, unusual to see Michael Murphy pull one wide on the left-hand side.
It's a Shamie O'Shea now. Picked up a groin problem in the Connacht final win over Sligo, but had plenty of time to get over it. That's a stray pass though, doubled up by McNeilish. Base for Ryan McHugh. Boyle facing him down. And back inside they go through McGlynn and now Gallagher. Gallagher holding off Tom Parsons, back in favour. Having a big season for Mayo in midfield. Now McBrearty. And they're trying to shepherd him away from the Mayo goal, both sides, with plenty of men back when their opponents are in an offensive position. Gallagher finds McGlynn, closed down immediately by Parsons. McGlynn has a goal nonetheless, and Frank McGlynn can't find the opening score of the game. It's another wide they've cleared already.
Yeah, Frank McGlynn gets into those positions frequently in big games. That's his second wide, the first one from the left-hand side, second one from the right-hand side. He's having a terrific year. He makes those long, hard runs ahead of the player in possession to try and give him the opportunity for the pass inside.
This is Kevin McLaughlin looking towards Aidan O'Shea. Goes down beneath the challenge from Neil McGee. The referee not interested. First time we've seen them come together. But Aidan O'Shea was all alone up there. Had he broken the ball pole, there was no one to pick up the break and gain an advantage from it.
Yeah, early on, first ball, first win for Neil McGee. I'm surprised that Eamon McGee isn't marking him, because Eamon McGee probably maybe a little bit better in the air than Neil McGee. Neil McGee usually plays him a faster forward.
Strong play from Higgins, beating Lacey to it. As Doherty tries to break the challenges. Aidan O'Shea now has moved out the field. He's taken Eamon McGee with him. So he's swapped with his brother. Eamon has moved on to him, leaving Neil further inside. Vaughan was the furthest man forward. He can't gather it. It's a game of chess out there at the moment as these two teams try and figure out what the opponents are up to in the opening 10 minutes. Gallagher turns back to McFadden. Made his first championship start in the win over Galway. McGee bringing it away from Cillian O'Connor. And now it's Lacey. Missed the qualifier win a week ago through injury. McLean. Some space now for Mark McHugh to build a Donegal attack from the very back. Christy Toy. He's just got a little staling around the middle at the moment. Doherty trying to beat McFadden to it, and he has done, and he's gathered it well. And stripped from him then by McFadden. Every single ball will have to be won with the maximum amount of effort. McFadden trying to elude Keith Higgins. Clever ball into the corner for Murphy. Capricky beaten by Murphy on his instep with the right boot over the bar it goes, and we're up and running.
A great play out the field by Hugh McFadden. Poor pass from Christy Toy. He'd given away possession, but he stripped it back off the Mayo player. Inside we saw Barry Moore on that occasion playing as the sweeper, but we saw the double sweeper employed by Tyrone in the earlier game. Very, very effective. Barry Moore, don't think has played much of his career as a sweeper, and Michael Murphy getting out of the wing and getting a good score.
He's staying in a full forward. Aidan O'Shea is in a full forward for Mayo at the moment, and followed by Neil McGee. This is Parsons though. And now it's Kevin McLaughlin looking to get Lee Keegan in behind. Great ball in. Oh, that's a wonderful score, and we're level in this quarter-final.
Yeah, there's a great opening 6 minutes to this game. We expected to be a lot of cat and mouse early on. A lot of probing, maybe slow play, but it's been played at a million miles an hour, and that was a really strong run inside and a fantastic left-footed pass inside to Lee Keegan. He hasn't been as prolific with his scoring in the championship for the last 18 months, but I'll give him a huge boost.
Yeah, got a goal against Sligo, but the points have dried up. None so far in this year's championship. That's his first. Ora McNeilish gently measures that in with the left foot to McBrearty out in front of Kniff. McBrearty has just grazed the upright, and away to the right it goes. 4 wides already for Donegal.
Ora McNeilish just taking up where he finished off last week. He caught some magnificent balls against Galway in the second half, which helped to turn the game in Donegal's favour. And again, one way to break a defence is to win the ball in the midfield and kick a good pass inside, just slightly off target.
In order for Jason Doherty to go, he fouled the ball as well. And it's a free in for Donegal. Murphy now well out the field. Ger Coppergy has gone with them. Murphy makes his way back in. This is Gallagher. McGlynn gives it back to him. And now Christy Toy. Vaughan trying to keep tabs on him. And the referee's blown his whistle in favour of Mayo this time. There's absolutely no time on the ball. It's a cauldron out there at the moment. Claustrophobic around the middle. Parsons. Some space now for Diarmuid O'Connor. And the run made ahead of him by Parsons in turn. Crashes past McHugh. Looking for support. Gets it from Boyle. McFadden brings him down. Maybe a chance for Parsons. O'Shea now. Looking to Keegan for his second. And he bent it in from left to right. That's a cracking score. Well, the point might have dried up before today, Paul, but he's banging form tonight.
Oh, he certainly is, and going forward at pace. Lovely kick with the outside of the boot, but Mayo down that right channel. Donegal struggled on that right side of the field last week when Galway ran at them. And again, really good composure by Mayo. When Tom Carsons was blocked by 2 players, they recycled the ball backwards. 3 passes later, then they released Lee Keegan, and he just lovely jink inside with the outside of the boot, then cut across it. A wonderful score.
When it's executed well, the ball off the outside of the foot is a joy to behold, as was that take in the middle of the field by Barry Moore. Now it's Seamie O'Shea into Kevin McLaughlin. McLaughlin changes the point of the attack towards Aidan O'Shea. McGee out in front of him. That's 1 up for the fullback. And he brings it away, Neil McGee. Lacey former footballer of the year, runs into Donald Vaughan, and Lacey's all alone here. Parsons in there as well. Lacey regathers it, and then the free is given.
It's a really big achievement for Carl Lacey to line out today after suffering that medial ligament injury in the Ulster final. Speculation was that he'd be out for another couple of weeks, but it's a great achievement for him to be here.
That ball beats Murphy on the bounce. It's carried away by Barry Moran, and now Lee Keegan. Two-time All-Star, picked an All-Star up in the year. Donegal beat Mayo in that All-Ireland final. Parsons. McBrearty closest to him. This is Cillian O'Connor. Keegan finds the younger O'Connor brother, Dermot. Given away though, McFadden intercepts and sets Ryan McHugh on his way. He's all alone, McHugh. He's the furthest forward here. McFadden wisely turns back inside looking for support. McLean has it now. Murphy, will he take it off from here about 49 metres from goal? Michael Murphy in his pop.
Oh look, we've seen in the first 10 minutes some fantastic scores. None better than that one, yet again with the outside of the boot. Great play, yet again by Hugh McFadden. He's done a lot of good work in the middle of the field, dispossessing players. On that occasion, as you said, Ryan McHugh went forward. There was nobody inside the 45-metre line, so they had to recycle it, get it back to their key scorer.
No longer is your breath taken away when Murphy does that. He does it with such regularity. Aidan O'Shea has claimed this ball in front of Neil McGee, and he's won the free in. Well, that is going to be fascinating.
Well,
What a piece.
I think so far Mayo just haven't had the opportunity.
Oh, they've taken it quickly. The referee's calling it back though.
Yeah, it didn't go 13 metres. Yeah, no, good decision by the referee. Just it was too short. Pass was only about 5 metres, but Mayo haven't been in a position where they've been able to kick that crossfield ball so far. They kicked a long high one in earlier on, which Neil McGee won, but that was the first time that crossfield pass, once they get that at the right elevation, if Aidan O'Shea is in front, he's going to win the ball, or if he doesn't win, it's going to break in front. We'll see if Mayo commit more players to the breaking ball in front of Aidan O'Shea as the game develops.
So Cillian O'Connor, who's been prolific against Donegal, 3-9 in 2 championship appearances against them. Got that hat-trick in 2013. That's one up for Aidan O'Shea.
Yeah, so powerful in the air. Just gets in that front position, but it's great to see after 12 minutes both sides going for it so far. Really high quality, some great fielding in the middle of the field, good quality tackling, great intensity of the game, and we've had some wonderful scores.
So 12 minutes in, we're getting everything we'd hoped for so far. Paul Durkin straight down the middle. Parsons beneath it, and he's taken out by his own man, Lee Keegan. They've won the ball nonetheless, but the referee's penalised Mayo for a push in the back.
I'd just like to see that one again. I thought Tom Parsons was taken out by his own players, you rightly said, Dave.
McFadden drives it long towards McBrearty, dealt with easily by David Clark, and McBrearty fouls him immediately. Get to play up and running, David Clark. He was captain 3 years ago, never got to make the speech. Now it's Lee Keegan. Plenty of movement ahead of him. Aidan O'Shea trying to get away from McGee. Little nudge in the back of McGee, who comes back for more. And the groundhog in Neil McGee puts it out for a Mayo line ball.
He's one of the tightest defenders in the game. He's tenacious, he's ferocious, and he's very quick. He's Neil McGee, and he'll relish the opportunity to play on Aidan today.
McLaughlin looking for a little bit of bend. That's going to drop short. O'Connor beneath it. Just couldn't get enough of a strike on the ball as it dropped. And it's gathered by Christy Toy. Brings it away. 13 years on from his championship day. What a warrior he's been for Donegal over the years. Carl Lacey. Gallagher, watched by Kevin McLaughlin. And now Mark McHugh. McFadden. Mayo have 2 defenders sweeping in front of McBrearty and Murphy at the moment. So Lacey might look to carry it further in field. McLean has it now. Good tackle on him by Seamus O'Shea. The referee's coming back for a free into Donegal for an original foul on Carl Lacey.
They have very... Yeah, there wasn't too much on that, I think. Frank McLean on the ball again, but they're playing Barry Moore in as that sweeper. I think they have concerns obviously at the high ball going inside to Michael Murphy. He's been marked by Gerard Cafferty. We know that Mayo have leaked a lot of goals in big matches from long high balls going in, so I think Mayo are hoping that the height of Barry Moore and his aerial ability is going to stifle Michael Murphy's opportunities inside.
Murphy removes a bag full of bottles of water and a flag and gets himself set for this.
The difficulty with the midfielder going inside, a tall midfielder, is when the ball goes in the air, who goes for it, who competes with Murphy. Barry Moran's instinct will be to jump with him, and Gerard Cafferty also, as a tall defender, might do the same.
Murphy's already got two, that's going to drop short, and the big man beneath the crossbar brings it away, and Barry Moran, and he finds Gerard Cafferty. Keegan, he's got 2 of Mayo's 3 scores. Moving over the 65, looks for some space down the Cusick stand side, and the ball is in the hands of Jason Doherty. O'Connor, Doherty and Vaughan making a run forward, but he's overcooked the pass, Killian O'Connor. And now Lacey leaves it for Mark McHugh. Initial instinct always to carry the ball, drives at the opponents as they come in for the tackle. This is Lacey. Now Gallagher with some space in front of him, and McFadden again playing in this deep line playmaker role. Looks for Murphy, punched away by Cafferty. And Moran trying to beat Murphy to it, surrounded by 3 Mayo defenders. There must be space elsewhere, so McGlynn. Good tackle on McFadden by Tom Parsons. Firm, convincing and fair. Keegan now. And this is Killian O'Connor, the 2-time Young Footballer of the Year, one of the best in the land. Doherty. O'Connor again. Takes it on himself, Killian O'Connor. Well, that was a fairly ambitious effort, even for a man of his skill set.
Yeah, Donegal are just pushing up on Mayo, just outside the 45-metre line. They're trying to strip the ball from them there. They're trying to force them to make decisions just outside that line. There is a bit of space inside the line between that and the full forward line, if Mayo can exploit it, and that's where they're getting runners like Lee Keegan in there. Expect to see Colin Boyle go forward the odd occasion as well. He's very effective.
We might see Anthony Thompson shortly. He's getting a lot of instruction from Rory Gallagher. And this is picked up by Parsons. He's having a real influence in this game in the opening quarter of an hour. Now Doherty. Loughlin moving towards him. He looks for Lee Keegan and gets it back again. That's a clever run from Doherty into the space in front of Lacey. He's made that score all by himself, Jason Doherty.
Absolutely, and he dropped into that space that I was just talking about there. Ran from the midfield area, just dropped inside. Donegal had pushed out on the 45-metre line. He created the space inside. The other defenders were hanging back in closer maybe to Aidan O'Shea. So there's a bit of space been created there, and Jason Doherty on the ball quite a bit in these early parts of the game.
4th point of the championship for Doherty. McGee bringing it away. Aidan O'Shea can't keep tabs on him. Now it's McGlynn. Double scores with 18 minutes played. McGee again crashes in to Dermot O'Connor. And the referee has said that McGee was the aggressor. He's taken too much out of it.
Well, I think the free should have been given probably for the shoulder on Dermot O'Connor first, but then we see it here. He just went straight into him. That was the free. He didn't give the free for that. He gave it for overcarrying, but anytime Neil McGee wins the ball in the full back line, he's going to sprint out the field. He certainly has more pace than Aidan O'Shea, and Donegal will try and exploit that anytime he wins the ball.
Here is Aidan O'Shea. He's trying to spin away from the tackle. He loses out to McFadden, and away comes Donegal. Murphy. Ryan McHugh's making a really good run through the middle. McBrearty on the scene as well. And out to his right is Christy Toy, who can take his time, drive it goalwards and drive it over the bar. Point game again.
Oh, fantastic score. We've been treated to some wonderful kicking with the outside of the boot. On that occasion, Christy Toy, as he so often does, he comes from deep, the half-back line, moves forward, switch and play from one wing to the other, created the space, and really good quality punt kick there, the outside of the foot.
Toy came off the bench in the final 3 years ago, gets another score for his championship tally. 1-4 for him. Got a lovely goal against Galway last weekend. As Higgins plays it in to O'Connor. Goes down, Cillian O'Connor, no whistle. McLaughlin does well to regather the ball. And this is Dermot O'Connor. Easily beats McLean, but there's so many Donegal players in front of him. Keegan, surely not from this distance. No, absolutely not. Durkin keeps it out from going for a while.
Well, we saw it last year in the All-Ireland semi-final between Dublin and Donegal, where Dublin kicked some outrageous scores. Paul Flynn and Jim Connolly from outside the 45-metre line, but they dried up after that.
It's lovely work through the middle from Christy Toy. Murphy for Lacey. Lacey coming onto it at pace. Now Toy again. First 20 minutes of absolutely whiz pass in this game. In towards McBrearty. Oh, there was a nudge there from Caniff, and it's gone out for a 45.
Yeah, he took a risk, gave it a little nudge, tried to get in the front position, but then got under the ball and let the ball hit. We can see it here, a little nudge, that's okay, but then just got under it. Very dangerous. If he didn't touch the ball there, it was going straight to McBrearty.
And if a man who's lost All-Ireland finals at club level and inter-county level. It's close to McBrearty there, and it'll be a 45 for Murphy. You'd certainly have your money on him putting this one over and drawing us level for the third time in this game.
Well, the great thing about both sides is that neither are predictable. They can run the ball and they can kick long, and they have Michael Murphy in there as the target man, or McBrearty, and obviously Aidan O'Shea inside, or Cillian O'Connor on the other hand. So it's tough for defenders. They don't know what way the opponents are going to play, so it makes for a very intriguing open game of football.
So Murphy a little left of centre, looking for his third point of the game. And over it goes. So 4 points apiece, level again. As Clark again works it short. This is Seamus O'Shea. Just taking his time, looking at the choices on offer. Parsons. Colin Boyle into the attack. They've left Aidan O'Shea and Cillian O'Connor inside. Seamus O'Shea again trying to punch a hole in this Donegal defence. O'Connor away from Eamon McGee. Jinks into the space, hits it from a good distance out and puts the ball over the bar. The points are of the highest quality.
Absolutely fantastic score. On that occasion, every Donegal player bar Patrick McBrearty was inside their own 45-metre line, and Patrick McBrearty was just sitting outside the line. And that is one way to penalise that blanket defence, is those long-range kicks.
Mayo going front again. McLean, who was almost caught waiting for that ball, and he has it taken from him by Aidan O'Shea. He trips him, and McLean, I think he took a blow to the mouth. The play has continued. There's a chance here for Doherty, perhaps. Durkin a long way from home, and Doherty's managed to squeeze the ball over the bar.
Well, Aidan O'Shea, every time he wins a free or wins the ball, is looking for that quick pass inside. Did one earlier on, but it was penalised for a short. But here we see it again, the run by Doherty on this occasion. I think Paul Durkin did really well. He just stood up, forced him to make the decision, then a slight slip, and then when the two defenders came in, he just had to put it over the bar. But here, Durkin doing really well, just shadowed him, corralled him, and the two defenders coming in. But Aidan O'Shea on the ball, very sharp, looking for the opportunity from the freeze.
Doherty was part of the DIT team that won the Sigerson 2 years ago, a team really led by Aidan O'Shea that year. And he's picked up 2 points already. Frank McLean is fine. And after Donegal got 2 in the spin, Mayo have re-established that 2-point lead. Eight times they've beaten Connacht opposition Donegal in 11 appearances over the years against the men from the West. As that's gathered in the middle by McNeilish. He's been quiet so far, but he's won a free in here. Gallagher, McNeilish and Parsons are the two players that are down.
Yeah, it's very competitive there in the middle of the field. 4 players around Neil McNeilish on that occasion. Murphy's coming out. This is close to the 65-metre line. He'd hardly kick it from there. Dave?
He could make you look very foolish.
Well, he's done it in Championship early on.
Parsons looks to be in a significant bit of bother down there.
And Tom Parsons has had a lot of injuries over the last few years. He came back last year, first game after being out for a while, played against Kildare in a league match, in a high-scoring league match in Newbridge, and picked up an injury. He was out for quite a bit of the season.
There's some real doubt over whether Tom Parsons will continue here, and it seemed innocuous enough, almost seemed to clip himself as he went in for that ball. Just fell a little awkwardly. They'll need him to continue. Sure, desperately try and run it off, but he is not moving with any comfort at all, Tom Parsons.
No, it looks like an ankle from the way he's just running around.
So Murphy, about 64 metres from the Mayo goal. Often tends to work these short. He's going to go for the long-range effort here, Michael Murphy. And that has just tailed away. Wasn't far away in the end. Fifth wide for Donegal.
Yeah, just trying to get the bit of elevation on it and get the spin with the outside of the boot, but just forced it a little bit and it went straight. Didn't miss by much.
Dermot O'Connor gathers the kick out from David Clark, and this is Donald Vaughan. Burst into the game in the opening couple of minutes, Donald, but has gone out of it since. McLaughlin leaves it for Seamus O'Shea, looking for his brother. McGee onto him. Seemed to have a tug at Aidan O'Shea there. He's won another ball. Parsons, is he fit enough to put it over? It's going to drop right on top of Paul Durkin, and he's just fisted it straight into the air. Between them, the Donegal defenders get the job done. McFadden. Now it's Carl Lacey. Parsons seems to be moving a lot better now. And Hugh McFadden, good ball from McLean. 10 minutes left in this enthralling first half. McLean again. Seamus O'Shea trying to point him, show him the outside. McLean's left him though. O'Shea comes back for more. And O'Shea wins out. Enormous physicality required in this game if you're to come out on top. Higgins finds Lee Keegan. Trying to elude the run of McFadden. McLaughlin now. Good ball inside to Cillian O'Connor, out in front of Eamon McGee. He's beaten him on the inside, Cillian O'Connor. Down he goes. And Donegal bring it away.
Yeah, took the wrong option on that occasion, tried to go inside. Was going to turn into traffic, should have moved out. Looked for the player coming, supporting on the outside. It was a terrific pass inside though from Kevin McLaughlin.
Here's Neil Gallagher. Toy ups to use Colin McFadden. Easily gets away from Keith Higgins. That's not done too easily and too often either. McBrearty with the socks up around his knees. Over carries it.
Yeah, very tight defending when he tried to run, tried to break the defender. Over carried, correct decision.
Looking for Aidan O'Shea again was Dermot O'Connor. He's won another one. Parsons wanted it. O'Shea opted it against him. Looks for Cillian O'Connor. And it's broken up by Eamon McGee.
Yeah, wrong decision on that occasion from Aidan O'Shea. The simple pass to Parsons was on in front of goal. He turned, put it on his right foot and tried to give a high pass inside to Cillian O'Connor, and was well broken away by Eamon McGee.
Maybe just shading the battle with Neil Gallagher at the moment.
Yeah, just about at this stage, but Neil McGee has done well.
And Neil McGee, of course, yeah. Here's Ryan McHugh. And this is Neil Gallagher. Tries to guide it into Murphy, just skewed it off the outside of his foot in error. And now it's Seamus O'Shea. Boyle. And Keegan. This flurry of Mayo half-backs who love to get forward, can kick points as well as their forwards. Seamus O'Shea again. Away from Murphy.
There's been a couple of very subtle body collisions in the middle of the field that the referee has missed when players have released the ball and looked for the return. I wonder, will this be a feature? The body collisions have gone out of the game by and large with the introduction of the black card, but we've seen a couple of them coming back in and a couple today, so let's keep an eye on that, Dave, as the game develops.
Here's Tom Parsons. Aidan O'Shea's the only forward inside at the moment. Parsons goes to his midfield partner Seamus O'Shea. Now McLaughlin, always on the move, beats McGee to it. Kevin McLaughlin, that is absolutely top class from the Mayo wing forward.
Well, that's a sensational score because he didn't have any time or space to kick that point and almost lost possession of the ball or lost control of the ball. Beautiful here. We can see the bounce here, one hand, quick turn, knew where the post was, didn't even have to look. He's a beautiful kicker of the ball. He's got a lovely strike with that left foot. Very important for Mayo to get him into the game because when he plays well, he often delivers those killer passes inside to the forward line.
Hard to believe that's his first point this summer for Kevin McLaughlin. A man who's racked up 233 in his inter-county career before today. So it's a big lead for Mayo, 3 points given the opposition. Durkin comes, collides with Neil McGee, and they get away with it. McGee felt that one.
Well, don't you love to see the contest in front of the goal like that? Players just going for it wholeheartedly. On that occasion, the ball broke kindly for Donegal.
Paddy McGrath for McGlynn. McNeilish. Now Mark McHugh. He's got Lacey to his left. Carl Lacey trying to go around O'Connor. He keeps him out. 5 minutes left in this first half. Caniff anticipated the direction of the pass but couldn't gather it. And he's picked up a little bit of an injury, Tom Caniff. That's a free in for Donegal.
Oh, it's a soft free to give away. And a couple of soft frees given in this first half. That was another one. But yeah, maybe the hand around the shoulder. But Mayo had possession. Tom Caniff, there it is. Paul Durkin coming out there really well. Eyes on the ball. Takes his man with him as well. McGee won't be thanking him for that one. Is enough to contend with the physicality of Aidan O'Shea.
So Murphy places it. He's already kicked 3.
Important kick now for Donegal because Mayo have just started to dominate in the last few minutes around the middle of the field. Their running game beginning to work well for them.
It's that incredible goal from Michael Murphy that just set the All-Ireland final alight 3 years ago. He swings it in, swings it over, and reduces the deficit to 2.
And Mayo have had 4 scorers from play so far. But Donegal really just reliant on Michael Murphy and the 1 point from Christy Toy.
First real kick out that's gone astray on David Clark. Keeping Rob Henley out of the team this season. Such incredible competition for the goalkeeper shirt in Mayo. Ken O'Malley was in and around there as well for so long. Gallagher finds McHugh. Gathers it at the second attempt. And then 3 Mayo players set upon him and win it from him.
Yeah, the tackling from both sides has been really exemplary in this game, and Mayo in particular getting 2 and 3 players around, player in possession in the forward line, stripping the ball off Donegal on a few occasions, launching attacks from that.
O'Shea, good ball to his brother. Not good enough for Neil McGee sniffing around. His last touch McGee though, says the linesman on this near side.
Aidan O'Shea's got in front of Neil McGee for a couple of those balls, but really good quality defending. He's got the hand in from behind. You can see it here. He really should have took the ball into his hands on that occasion. Aidan O'Shea.
McLaughlin. Now Aidan O'Shea again. Jinks away from Paddy McGrath. Really good movement from Aidan O'Shea. Parsons now. Seems completely beyond the injury that he suffered a few minutes ago. Seamus O'Shea. Tug of the jersey from Michael Murphy. Spotted by the referee.
Yeah, and again, no need to do that. Silly foul to give away. Donegal had plenty of players. There it is, just a little tug, trying to pull him back. Had plenty of players, plenty of defenders that side. Mayo were not going to score from there unless they switched the ball over to the far side where there was a bit of space. So, poor decision.
Tom Caniff has been withdrawn. Chris Barrett coming in. Tom did just pick up a knock a few minutes ago. So Barrett, another very experienced defender in his 5th season with the senior team. He's now on the full back line. Killian O'Connor, Paul, standing over this free, which is a very difficult one as it stands, but very much so again for the right footer.
True, and I'm wondering will he look for a short, a give and go, look for the short pass, take the return.
Kevin McLaughlin was originally standing over. He is left-footed, Kevin, but decided it was outside of his range. It's a Killian is going to try and lob this one over from what the angle must be close to 50 metres. Maybe gains an extra couple and looking for the power. Had to sacrifice the accuracy, and in the end it's just Mayo's third wide.
Yeah, again, the really top teams should have a free taker, a left-footed free taker for the right kicks or kicks near the sideline. Surprised that McLaughlin didn't take one, but as you said, maybe just slightly outside his range.
That looks like a hamstring problem for Tom Kniff.
Yeah, I think when he went down for that ball that Paddy McBurty got the free there a few moments ago, he really went down low and stretched. It might have just tweaked his hamstring in the act of trying to win the ball.
We said Chris Barrett is a more than able replacement. Might be called upon here as Ryan McHugh gets forward. Carl Lacey could be in. Big chance for Lacey. And McFadden saved by Clark. Surely touched it on the ground. He did. And there will be another chance for Donegal here.
Well, rewind back 12 months. It's almost a replica of the goal that Donegal got against Dublin when Ryan McHugh went up the field. Long ball to the midfield. Knocked forward and McHugh makes the run into space. Just the finish was lacking on this occasion. But Donegal prove again yet how dangerous they are from those set pieces. It's a training ground move, no question about that.
I think David Clark was almost caught by surprise at how tame the shot was in the end from Colin McFadden. He almost had time to get his boot to it instead, so he's committed that foul. Murphy swung the ball over, and it looks like Donegal have got the final two scores of the half, and how crucial might that be?
Well, yeah, particularly when we went back a week to the game against Galway, where they struggled towards the end of the first half. On this occasion they've come strong and they've reversed the 3-point deficit down to a 1-pointer at this stage, and we know how well they finished in the second half last week.
Keegan, and Barrett gets his first touch, and now Dermot O'Connor. Final few seconds of a wonderful opening half. Seamus O'Shea looking towards Aidan again. He's won it, Aidan O'Shea. Aidan O'Shea! Fantastic goal! Unstoppable!
Well, I was just about to say, as the ball was in the air, there was no Mayo forward making a run for the break. But the power of Aidan O'Shea, ball-winning ability. Watch this, no Mayo forward within the vicinity. Everything favoured Donegal if the break came. What power, great catch in front. And straight away he's going for goal, finds the space, and an absolute wonderful finish. Daisy cutter along the ground, so difficult. What a game turner.
His fourth goal of this year's championship. Aidan O'Shea with an absolutely crucial intervention on the cusp of half-time. And it's given Mayo a serious boost going into that half-time changing room. Similar to the finish of the first half that Aidan O'Shea delivered as Mayo look to reach the semi-final for the 5th year in a row, a feat that has never been achieved by any team from the county. Donegal need to make something happen to get themselves back into this game. 35 seconds of play remaining in the first half when O'Shea fired home. Here they come again, and it's Barry Moran to Lee Keegan. Parsons made a run ahead of him, so too did Jason Doherty. The big first half, 2 crucial scores. Back to Keegan again. Eludes the tackle from McFadden. Squirts away from him though. And McElhinney, the change at half-time for Donegal, gets his paws on the ball for the first time. Gallagher. And McFadden. McGlynn. And inside to Hugh McFadden. McGlynn again. Mayo still leaving Aidan O'Shea inside. Doherty has now joined the defensive lines. Now it's McFadden. Christy Toy was the man withdrawn with McElhinney coming in. Crossfield ball lost by McHugh, and Vaughan came in strongly. And then McLaughlin can set Mayo on their way. Barrett getting involved in this attack. Looking for O'Shea. He's switched markers. Now Eamon McGee on him. Aidan O'Shea from way out the field. Well, it's no surprise his confidence is absolutely soaring. Maybe even for him that was a little too ambitious.
Yeah, well, it was within his range, but he just pulled it narrowly wide. But interestingly, you know, when you look at the last 4 years, Donegal, the 3 quarter-finals that they've won, They've scored 112 in each of those quarter-finals, and goals have been crucial. Jim McGuinness mentioned it at half-time, the need for them to push up a bit, commit more players forward. Mayo on 1-7, you'd expect that Mayo will kick on and at least get 112, if not more, in this game. So Donegal have to commit more players forward. They've got to be targeting at least one goal, if not two. They've struggled. They've averaged, I think, 12 points in the championship so far. So goals have been so important to them in big games.
And there was a reason clearly why Eamon McGee had picked up Aidan O'Shea, because Neil McGee is in real trouble. What a blow to Donegal would be if they were to lose their two-time All-Star defender.
Yeah, this is a huge, huge blow. He's walking off gingerly. Anthony Thompson looks as if he's going to come on. So the two key man markers, Eamon McGee now onto Aidan O'Shea, and who's going to pick up Cillian O'Connor now?
Lynn has been told to go into O'Connor. 3 All-Stars Neil has won.
Yeah, Frank McGlynn
another one again in 2014.
Yeah, I can't
the
see.
linchpin of this Donegal defence is now gone.
Yeah, I can't see Frank McGlynn going back on that man-marking role, because he'll want to go forward. He's one of the key players to push forward and give him that opportunity up front.
Thompson is in his way out the field, in that position McGlynn has been playing all night. Dermot O'Connor measures one towards Aidan O'Shea. Out in front of Eamon McGee. Thompson can't get close to him. This is McLaughlin. Cillian O'Connor. Thompson into the game for the first time. Holds O'Connor up. And it was Dermot O'Connor rather that found Kevin McLaughlin. And now Vaughan. Seamus O'Shea looking for Cillian inside. On the run is Keegan. Oh, Lee Keegan's in here. And where was the finish? Oh, he's put it in! Lee Keegan lobs Paul Durkin, and Mayo get a crucial goal either side of half-time. But the big question, was it his intention?
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but in reality, I think he was looking to pop that over the bar. I think it was a terrific move from Mayo. You can see here, he just wanted to pop it over the bar. He was never going to try and chip Paul Durkin from that position, but he'll take the credit for it, no doubt, and that is a massive, massive boost to Mayo and a huge blow to Donegal. But you have to say that Mayo played very composed football from one wing to Aidan O'Shea, up through the middle, out to the other wing, for that score to eventuate.
And we saw a similar goal from Kevin McManaman in an All-Ireland semi-final 2 years ago. I think the consensus at the time was that Kevin meant what he had done. I'm pretty sure Lee Keegan did not mean to lob Paul Durkin so perfectly. Here's Tom Parsons. That's 2-1 that Lee Keegan has scored in 2 games. And he's on the ball there, goes across to Dermot O'Connor. Where can Donegal go from here? Suffered a terrible defeat as All-Ireland champions to Mayo 2 years ago. And they are 7 adrift now. The last 2 Mayo scores have been goals. This is Keith Higgins looking for Aidan O'Shea, trying to hold off Eamon McGee, and this time the elder of the 2 McGee brothers comes out on top. Gallagher, and now McElhinney. They'll definitely need goals, Donegal. McFadden loses out. The appetite and the work rate from Mayo. Look at that from Keith Higgins. It will be a Donegal line ball, though.
Mayo's tackling has been very impressive in this game. A really solid defence, a lot of pace around that half-back line.
McFadden has kicked it backwards 40 metres straight to O'Connor, who's fouled by Hugh McFadden. Donegal, they look like they're rattled at the moment. O'Shea this time gets ahead of his man, breaks away from the tackle from McGrath. Keegan's into the attack, still going Lee Keegan. He's all alone and he's won the free in.
Well, any ball that they're getting in front of Aidan O'Shea, he's winning. And while it was a good support run from Lee Keegan, I'm surprised that Mayo are not just committing players a little bit more forward, closer to Aidan O'Shea. They're isolating him a little bit. There's the chip. He'll take credit for it, I'm sure. After the game tonight, he'll say, I meant it. Saw the goalkeeper off the line. He was only 3 metres off the line. Had a quick look and tried to chip him. But yeah, Mayo, I think if they want to develop this further, if they do win this game, Aidan O'Shea, who's a key player in that forward line, a key target man. They just want to get players a little bit closer to him. He's been isolated a bit, didn't do many damage when he won the ball for the goal just before the half-time whistle, but that was a piece of absolutely individual brilliance.
And this to make it 2-1 without reply. Before Aidan O'Shea caught that ball in the final minute of the first half, the score was Mayo 7, Donegal 6. Donegal have not scored in the meantime, and Mayo are now leading this game by 8 points. It started to rain here at Croke Park now as well. It's been a lovely day all day.
Well, the forecasters were correct, Dave. I was looking at it last night. They suggested that maybe by the second half we might have some rain. And Donegal are under real pressure now. One of their key players from last weekend, Oran McNeilish, has gone off. And Liam McClune on. And with Neil McGee gone and McNeilish gone, they're under severe pressure. And Mayo midfield pretty dominant.
And Eamon McGee on a yellow card now, which makes his job of marking O'Shea even more difficult. Murphy beaten to it by Ger Caperkey. Thompson first to the breaking ball. Real greasy zip to this surface now. Murphy trying to guide it into McBrearty, who was looking to pick it up one-handed. McBrearty has somehow gathered possession, and he's kicked it well wide. Donegal 6th wide. They need a huge response here.
Yeah, the referee had given him, put the hand up for the advantage rule, given him the chance to kick the ball, but when he didn't score, has brought it back.
Well, they just need something to settle themselves here. Murphy will pop this one over. So this would be Murphy's 6th score. And Donegal's first for 8 minutes either side of half-time.
And the real worry for Donegal is that they've only had 2 scorers in the game. Murphy kicks this, as you said, he left 6. Christy Toy is the only other player who's kicked a point from play, and he's gone off the field. So you're just not going to win big games relying on one player. And so far in the championship, I think well over 40% of Donegal's scores has come from Paddy McBrearty and Michael Murphy, and McBrearty has yet to appear on the score sheet. And Oran McNeilish going off has lost, denied Donegal the opportunity for a fellow who can kick 2 or 3 points with his left foot, as he did last week.
So the Mayo onslaught has finally come to an end. There's been a change made in the Mayo goal as well. Rob Hennelly on for David Clark. That's a very interesting one. You can only assume it was injury related. Now Boyle. Shamie O'Shea. This is Keith Higgins. Getting away from Colin McFadden. Almost playing in Doherty. Skips away from it. Doherty still manages to make something of this. Eventually the numbers tell, and Lacey gathers it. Crazy ball across his own square from Carl Lacey, and the simplest of finishes from Kevin McLaughlin.
Oh, look, the heads are down, the skill level has dropped, and the decision making has got very poor from Donegal. That was really poor play inside from Mark McHugh, who tried to slide in and almost gave away a free to Carl Lacey, who was turned in the tackle, and for a player of his experience to hand pass the ball in the air across his goal, just that's unforgivable.
Knocked down by McElhenney, but only as far as Cillian O'Connor. Now O'Shea over the head of Moran, but picked up by Parsons. Looking for Aidan O'Shea. He's won so much ball, but the quality of the foot passing for Mayo and the service to Aidan O'Shea has also played a massive part in his influence in this game. Parsons back to Keegan. And now Higgins. Keith Higgins. Everyone's trying to get in on the act, and Higgins has joined the party there.
Yeah, it's a terrific kick, 45-metre line, but a little bit easier to do it when you're 8 points ahead. Everything seems to be going Mayo's way at this stage. Donegal losing some key players to injury. Heads are dropping a little bit. The intensity has gone out of their play. Thought they started really well in the first half, played with a high level of intensity, but they needed to get that goal opportunity that was blocked by David Clark in the first half, towards the end of the first half.
Just the 7th time Keith Higgins has ever got on the score sheet. That's probably the pick of the bunch. Here's Michael Murphy. Murphy on his right foot. Michael Murphy leading from the front, as he so often does, almost always does.
Absolutely, and you know, I think maybe they need to put Callum McFadden in closer to him. We know how accurate McFadden is. He can get a goal at crucial stages in games. So they've just got to push up and try and get a quick goal, turn the tide.
Lacey held up by McLaughlin. Hugh McFadden's down with an injury in the middle of the field. This is Murphy. Lacey across to Michael Hinney. James O'Shea facing him. McFadden. Maybe Michael Hinney could be in here. Oh, lovely sidestep. Michael Hinney puts the ball to the right and wide.
I think he needed to go. He needed to try and cut inside and have a go for a goal. 8 points behind. They just needed a goal. Needed just to have a shot anyway. Test the goalkeeper.
There's a real problem in here for Barry Moran now as well. He was wildly gesticulating that he needed treatment after that wide was signalled.
Yeah, he jumped high to try and prevent the fisted effort for the point, but Martin McElhinney just should have cut inside. Tried to test the goalkeeper. A goal at this stage would have just lifted Donegal's spirits, brought it back to a 5-point game.
That man, I'm sure, is pretty pleased by what he's seeing on Taoiseach and Kenny alongside Uachtaráin Cumberluc Lasgrel, Egon O'Farrell. Barry Moran's back on his feet and looks set to continue. Under the lights here at Croke Park. Echoes of 2011 when Donegal beat Kildare after extra time in a quarter-final. And an incredible night under the lights. This time it's Mayo who are inflicting a real pain on Donegal here. Double scores. Dermot O'Connor. Well, that's an acute angle. And Dermot O'Connor didn't even check to see where the ball had gone.
No, poor kick from O'Connor on that occasion, but he's had a very good championship so far. He's a big addition to Mayo. Started the 2 games so far, played really well against Galway. Against Sligo also. Be a key figure for Mayo in this championship as they try to progress to the semi-final.
Donegal have won 4 of their previous 8 All-Ireland quarter-finals. They've also drawn 2 as well against Dublin and Galway in successive years in 02 and 03. They're really struggling here. Mark McHugh. First instinct is to look long towards Murphy. A straight ball. Blocked down towards McFadden, but the quickest to react was Keith Higgins.
Yeah, and those long, high-hanging balls are just going to give Mayo the time, Mayo defenders the time to just get in front of Michael Murphy for the breakdown. And of course, on a wet night like this now, as the pitch is greasy, the ball is greasy, it's going to be very hard to catch the ball cleanly inside, so there's going to be a lot more breaking ball.
The referee spotted a foul inside while Tom Parsons was looking to get his hands free and deliver a pass. Eamon McGee has been penalised. He's walking a very fine line now, Eamon McGee. He's been ticked, he's been bumped.
Yeah, one more foul and he's in trouble, in big trouble.
So Cillian O'Connor will take this freight. No hurry to take it either. Mayo's prolific nature in front of goal is what has them in this position. They've been lethal. Racked up the goals against Sligo. Crucial one against Galway. And here we are again today, one either side of half-time, as Donegal in a terrible position.
Yeah, and as compared to last week when Donegal got on top, they completely dominated Galway midfield in the second half, and that was given the launch pad for some of the great scores that they got. Mayo have a very formidable midfield with Moran and Seamie O'Shea, Tom Parsons out there, one of the best in the business.
Well, the umpire needs Hawkeye to decide whether that was over from Cillian O'Connor. It'd be rare he'd miss from that sort of range. The technology kicks into gear for the first time at Croke Park today. 19 minutes remaining, and Donegal showing no sign of a fight back. Probably won't affect the game to any great extent. So it That is a miss from Cillian O'Connor.
Yeah, and he'll be disappointed. He missed one in the first half from a much sharper angle. But that's another one from the right-hand side.
Jason Doherty's been booked by the referee. Durkin goes down the middle towards Seamus O'Shea, breaks it down for Doherty. And Cillian O'Connor. McLaughlin wants it infield, but O'Connor might actually pick Vaughan out instead. McHugh was brave, and Donal Vaughan to hold him down.
And Donal Vaughan's going to be in trouble. It looked from here as if it was a pull down.
Very good chance Donal Vaughan is about to be sent off and shown a black card, which he is.
And by my reckoning, I think that's his second black card in the season to date. There it is, yeah, around the neck. Yeah, no question, the intent was there. It was deliberate, he pulled him down. So that's the second black card, which means that if Mayo progress to a semi-final, and he were to pick up a third or a double yellow in that game, well then he would miss the final.
Here's Michael Murphy on the rampage now as Eamon McGee looking towards McHugh, Ryan McHugh on the edge of the large rectangle. And now it's Keith Higgins. Keith did make no attempt to put the ball over the bar there. You feel Donegal are already thinking in terms of goals is their only hope of getting back into the game. The clock as well as the scoreboard very much getting away from them. Only Cillian O'Connor is in the Donegal half of the field. That Durkin will be coming in shortly from Mayo. This is Higgins. And now Keegan. Parsons spots the run into the corner of Cillian O'Connor away from Paddy McGrath. McGrath is like a limpet. When he sticks to a man, he rarely loses. And he did very well there.
Terrific defence from Paddy McGrath, who was behind Cillian O'Connor, got in front, used his power to knock him out of the way, shoulder him out of the way, legitimate shoulder. Really good quality defence there from Paddy McGrath.
So in comes Pat Durkin, part of the under-21 setup this year. Made his debut off the bench against Sligo in that Connacht final win. The old warhorse Neil McGee, he really stood up and was counted against Galway last week. Another yellow card. Diarmuid O'Connor now into the book. Michael Henny. Gallagher. Donegal really committing men inside now. They've stationed Ryan McHugh alongside Michael Murphy. Michael Henny here. Back to McFadden. McFadden on his left foot. That is going to be away to the left and wide.
Yeah, just not working for them tonight. Conor McFadden has scored some super points in this championship campaign. Kicked 3 magnificent scores last week. He did exactly what he does so well. He shows the ball to the player and cuts inside, gives himself the space, but inaccuracy on that occasion cost him.
Aidan O'Shea stolen one from Eamon McGee there. And now Mayo are moving forward with real intent. O'Shea's Keegan to his left, so he dummied the ball and then played it beyond McHugh. And the first touch for Durkin. Now Lee Keegan again. Back to Seamus O'Shea. He's held off Leo McLoone and won the free. Driven in towards O'Connor. McGrath's out in front this time. The bench might beat him. It has. Cillian O'Connor slips and he can't get enough purchase on the fist to put it over.
Yeah, Paddy McGrath just committed himself there to the front position, and the bounce just the ball bounced over his head. A dangerous thing to do, but got back very quickly, and as you said, Dave, the slippery surface, I think, took the sting out of the movement for this pass.
McLean. Michael Henny pops it to McBrearty. Michael Henny gets it back. They're really playing very over-elaborate football at the moment, Donegal, forcing the issue to a real extent at the moment. Higgins. Mayo in absolute control. Due to set up a mouth-watering semi-final with Dublin.
I keep saying that Mayo now have six different scorers. Players have scored from play. You know, compare that with only Michael Murphy and Christy Toy. You really can't win big games, big championship games at this stage of the championship, relying on one player, a couple of players to get all your scores.
O'Connor for Parsons. Tom Parsons did well just to jink into a little bit of space, but couldn't get enough on the effort and goal.
Yeah, Mayo dropping back lots of players. They're really playing a game of protecting the lead at this stage, even bringing Aidan O'Shea back around the middle of the field, trying to put a barrier up in the middle between Shamie O'Shea, Aidan O'Shea, Barry Moran.
McLoone back to McFadden. And now Gallagher. Murphy beaten by Cafferty. I have to say that's Noel Kennelly and Pat Holmes have got their matchups absolutely spot on this evening. We also mentioned the loss of Neil McGee to Donegal was a big blow. O'Shea spins away from McFadden and Lacey. Barrett. Mayo have Donegal chasing them around Croke Park.
Is that Mayo have just got so much fitness and running ability, quality in their team as well, that they're just running the legs out of Donegal at this stage.
Lovely measured ball, guided into O'Connor there by Doherty, and again it's short into the hands of Paul Durkin. Mayo could be well clear, much further clear, had their shooting boots been on in this second half.
That is true, and the management will be disappointed that they're not a bit more clinical in front of goal. They've had a few different opportunities, a couple that dropped into the goalie's hands, a couple of missed opportunities, a couple of wides, that you wonder if the game was tighter, would they have taken some of them?
And they've scored 1-3 in the second half, 2 points for Donegal. Here's Ryan McHugh. An ambitious hand pass towards his brother Mark. It's worked out for the moment. Great block down of Mark McHugh. And there's a problem down there. Was it Keith Higgins who got the block in? Because he has not moved. And there, Ger Cafferty's looking for attention. It's Barry Moran who's in trouble. And as play continues down the other end of the field, Durkin brings play out. The referee has called a halt to the game, so Barry Moran can get some treatment.
Yeah, well, he's played that sweeper role, and Peter Canavan talked about it at half-time, about how unusual it was for a big man like that to play the sweeper role, but he went down. That's a fantastic block. He just knocked the ball away from Mark McHugh as he was pulling the trigger, but he took the brunt of the kick. But previously as well, he was the last man inside when Mark McElhinney tried to punch the ball over the bar.
There's going to be a blood sub required here. There's blood streaming, I think, from the right side of the face of Barry Moran. The referee talks to his umpires about what went on in there. Just a cut above the eye.
Well, he certainly put his body on the line on a few occasions inside, but the jury is still out as to whether, you know, he is the answer. He is the ideal sweeper. As Peter talked about, a sweeper been, you know, more nimble, quick, maybe a smaller player who can sprint to the when balls are breaking, read play, win breaks. Maybe today it was just a horses for courses game. Maybe they were worried about the aerial threat of Michael Murphy and wanted somebody with height and ability to catch the ball and compete in the air. If they do progress, which it looks like they will, maybe they'll have a different strategy for the Dubs.
One more and on for another. Andy is now on, the former Mayo captain. He picked up his 8th Connacht medal against Sligo, joining the likes of Liam Hayes and Dermot Flanagan on that mark. This is McElhinney. And his jersey took Paddy McGrath to the attack. Maybe a chance for McLoone. Couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, another chance. Donegal are certainly creating a couple of opportunities, and Mayo again backing off them. And of course, sometimes when you try to defend a lead, you're going to drop players back, you're going to invite the opposition onto you, and good teams will punish you on that occasion. We saw last year Mayo had a 5-point lead against Kerry in the semi-final, the All-Ireland semi-final, and they gave that away towards the end. They don't want to fall into that trap again, but you know, the best way is to try and kill the opposition. When they go 8 ahead, try and go 16 ahead, but they haven't been doing that in the last 10 minutes.
Aidan O'Shea inside for Doherty, and that's with Colin Boyle. Coming into the attack, Pat Durkin. Now Andy Moran. Higgins. Seamus O'Shea just keeping the ball, running the clock down and running Donegal ragged. Diarmuid O'Connor. Held up by Hugh McFadden. Diarmuid O'Connor took a blow to the mouth there as McFadden came in to make that challenge.
Yeah, Hugh McFadden has worked very hard. He tackles hard, he's abrasive, he works very hard around the middle of the field. Shakes his head on that occasion, I think. Knows the game is going away from them. But like all the Donegal players, will work hard towards the bitter end to try and recover this deficit.
Still the treatment being administered to Diarmuid O'Connor on that far side. Next weekend, the All-Ireland, tomorrow rather, the All-Ireland semi-final, coverage starting at 3, Kilkenny Waterford on Sky Sports 3. That should be an absolute belter as well. Here's Diarmuid O'Connor. Nice ball into Andy Moran. In front of Eamon McGee, Moran takes it on from the right hand side. Oh, that's glorious. Wonderful point from the former skipper.
And we have a 7th scorer from play from Mayo. Andy Moran wants to put down a marker for the next day. Terrific score. Mayo really with, you know, that goal that they got, which I think we all agree was probably not meant, a bit of a lucky goal, but that certainly changed the course of this game.
McGlynn. This is McFadden. Every time a Donegal player gets the ball, he looks forward to see what his options are on the edge of the square. There's 3 players in there: McClune, McHugh and Murphy. Thompson dinks it in. I think he's put too much on that. Not quite sure he was looking to put it over.
No, he wasn't, but again, Mayo sitting back yet again, inviting Donegal onto them. Yeah, they have plenty of opportunities to kick points, but they won't get enough of them in the last 6 minutes. So Mayo know that if they don't concede a goal, they will be through to a semi-final.
Alan Freeman is in for Seamus O'Shea. There's Parsons. Mayo now starting to strangle the life out of this game. First touch for Freeman. And O'Shea is back in midfield, having done all his damage up front. McLaughlin. Keep possession so well now. Durkin. Moore and got the call from Barrett, and now Durkin into the space. They've worked this one so well, and it's another ball into the hands of Paul Durkin. Just their own inaccuracy that are just about keeping Donegal in there with a flicker of hope. Thompson. Murphy is down 3-on-1 here. He's won the ball, and now he's faced by Higgins and Cafferty. He's won the free. Wanted to take it quickly. The referee has just given him an extra few yards. If Murphy swings it over, it's a little more manageable. 6-point deficit. This to leave just the Aidan O'Shea and Lee Keegan goals between the two sides heading into the final throws of this quarter-final. So it's dispatched by Michael Murphy. Another 8 points today. He's been prolific this summer, as he is every summer really. That's now 22 points for Donegal in this championship. Henley's kick out. And just skip off that surface. And now a little bit of volume from the Donegal supporters. The dying embers of their championship bid in 2015. They need something special from here. Thompson asking an awful lot of McFadden. He just hooks it into the Cusick stand. Well, Paul, Mayo very much on top. 3 minutes remaining. Who's out of them all have stood out for you most this evening?
Well, I think we're going to give the man of the match this evening to Lee Keegan. He's our super value man of the match. He has scored 1 goal and 2 points. Got 2 fantastic scores in the first half. He's back to his very best. Got that crucial goal in the second half. I think, while he will admit himself probably that he was going for a point. It was a huge game changer. And he also has been the leading possession winner in the game as well, with 30 possessions so far. But this man here, Tom Parsons, has also been absolutely fantastic, as has Seamus O'Shea in midfield.
This is an effort and goal from Alan Freeman, and Alan Freeman's put it over. Of course, the significance of Lee being named the Super Value Man of the Match means that Damien will be able to ask him straight out afterwards whether he meant that goal.
And knowing the guys he is, he'd be quite honest, and maybe if it was with his right foot, he might have said he meant it, but the left foot, it was a great goal, I have to say, but and a crucial one, because it has forced Donegal really to go searching for goals earlier in the second half than they would have anticipated. They created a couple of goals, scoring opportunities in that second half, but more so because Mayo dropped back off them.
Durkin has busted a gut to get up in front of Kevin McLaughlin here. They've options out on the right hand side, Mayo. If they work the overlap here, well, they decided to just go for the score, and Jason Doherty tacks over his third of the day.
Yeah, and the reality at this stage is Donegal are just committing so many men forward that there's loads of space in behind, and Mayo are just going to hop over points at their ease this late stage in the game. And really, Donegal, too many players under form and too many players carrying injuries. The loss of Neil McGee was huge. Eamon McGee with the injury last week. Carl Lacey certainly doesn't look himself, and great credit to the medical team in Donegal for getting him back here, because I thought he would be out for the season after a medial ligament injury. But they just ran out of big players, and up against a much stronger team than they have met all year.
McHugh's aimless ball is through the legs of Aidan O'Shea and all the way through to Rob Henley.
Should have added Aidan O'Shea, of course, to that list of top players tonight as well. That goal before half-time, and just a brilliant individual effort.
This is Doherty. Andy Moore, and full of running. Andy Moore could be in here. He's got Diarmuid O'Connor to his left, and Andy Moore goes for goal. Took a deflection off Eamon McGee and out for the 45.
Yeah,
Diarmuid O'Connor inquiring as to why he didn't get it.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, you know, if it was in the melting pot, if they needed the goal, I've no doubt that he might have looked inside and given the pass.
Three additional minutes here. Ger Cafferty has been withdrawn. Kevin Keane coming in on Michael Murphy. That crucial matchup that went so wrong 3 years ago.
Well, I think, to be fair to Kevin Keane, that particular ball that went in early on, it was a piece of genius again from Murphy, a bit like Aidan O'Shea's first goal, or the goal just before half-time. Murphy winning the ball out in front, and a thunderbolt to the roof of the net. Sometimes you just can't legislate for that. You can't do anything about it. If a big man is in the front position, gets up for the ball, you might try your best to break it, but sometimes they'll just produce a piece of genius.
The wide for Cillian O'Connor, who hasn't been on his game when it comes to the place balls tonight.
No, he hasn't, and that's a worry for Mayo. He missed a couple of 45s against Galway in the first round of the championship. The free taken was not at the highest standard that we normally expect from him, and tonight yet again he's missed 3 frees, 2 certainly that he would normally kick.
Patrick McBrearty gives Lacey, and now Mark McHugh. Carried this a long way, Mark McHugh. Rifle that one in towards Neil Gallagher, who's gone forward. It eludes everybody. There's a little bit of messing between Kevin Keane and Michael Murphy after the ball went wide.
I'm not sure if it's verbals or...
A slap there from Kevin Keane, lashed out at Michael Murphy.
Well, you just got to be so careful. put your hand out in somebody's face. Some referees are going to punish that quite severely. Wasn't much in it, but he will certainly give a card.
He's gone.
Gone for a red. Well, that's a massive, massive blow. If he's given it for that, that's a very, very big call. There have been quite a few of those type of push-offs in the face during the championship which have not been punished or have not been penalised. That is a massive call to lose a player for the next game. And certainly it did not look like a red from where I'm sitting here.
Third red card we've seen at Croke Park this afternoon. Patrick McBrearty has pulled that one to the right and wide. It really has been a terrible spell for Donegal throughout the second half. And again, we have to remind ourselves there was a single point between them when Aidan O'Shea got his goal 30 seconds before the break. And how different a game it's been since then. Now have been showed 1 black card, 3 yellows, 1 red, but it won't bother them a jot. They've seen off the Donegal challenge with ease in the end. The goals were absolutely crucial. Winning by 8 points. Aidan O'Shea just before half-time with a brilliantly taken individual strike. Lee Keegan, and maybe an element of good fortune. We can question him on that shortly. But Noel Kennelly and Pat Holmes have engineered another Mayo All-Ireland semi-final appearance. It's full time at Croke Park. Mayo 2-13, Donegal 11 points. Analysis and reaction here to come.